Now that we've had the opportunity to review arrival and dismissal procedures, we'd like to give you an overview of what a daily experience will be like under the hybrid platform. This is the hybrid bell schedule that you should all be familiar with. We started this at the beginning of semester 2. As you can see, the school day starts at 7:30, and we've already mentioned that you can arrive to school as early as 7 o'clock. Second block starts at 8:30, Night's Quest at 9:30. Lunch block and block 4 begin at 10, and we'll talk about lunches in just a moment. And then block 5 will begin at 11:35. School's going to be dismissed at 12:30, and at that point in time, all students are expected to leave campus, and then there is an optional work time, student support time at the end of the day. So the day that you come into school depends on which program you've signed up for. If you are cohort A, you are going to come to school in person on Mondays and Tuesdays. Cohort B, you'll come into school in person on Thursdays and Fridays. If you chose the virtual option, you obviously won't be coming in on any day. And if you're a dual enrollment student, you're going to attend your dual enrollment class in person on your assigned cohort day. So for example, if you are in a Monday-Thursday dual enrollment class and you are in cohort B, then you will attend the in-person session on Thursday. During Night's Quest, we're going to still continue to run this a little bit differently than we normally do during a regular school year. We're going to have Night's Quest that will take place every day from Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 9:55 a.m. It is an expectation that you attend Night's Quest unless you have been excused from Night's Quest for some extenuating circumstance. Night's Quest will be the time for our weekly announcements, our roundtable news, social emotional lessons, and we'll have a few other things throughout the semester that will occur during that time. Night's Quest is not a time for teachers to pull you for tutoring. So food services actually will be providing free breakfast, lunch, and dinner to any student who wants it. You don't have to qualify, you don't have to fill out any special forms. So at lunchtime, breakfast, and then the dinner option, there's going to be no exchange of money, no reason to put money on your account. The breakfast will be grab and go in the morning. There'll be a table set up for you to pick up the breakfast, and if you want to eat it, again, you have to eat it in the cafeteria at the cafeteria tables. Leave enough time for you to get to class by 7:30. At lunch, you'll have two options. The one option will rotate every day, and they're anticipating that the other option will always be pizza. The meals are going to be pre-packaged in containers like in the photo above. That's just a part of a lunch. You'll have, the option of a fruit or vegetable to go along with that. You'll get your milk, but it'll be pre-packaged, and you'll also get pre-packaged and sealed disposable utensils and napkin. Something new is that they'll be providing a dinner option for you to take on the way out. Again, there'll be a table set up in the cafeteria at dismissal time. So we're going to have 3 lunch shifts like we normally do. The 3 lunch shifts are going to occur during block 4. So we're going to have a shift from 10 to 10:30, a second one 10:30 to 11, and then a third one from 11 to 11:30. The lunch shift that you attend will be dependent on what class that you're in. So your teacher will tell you what lunch shifts you've been assigned. And so if you're at home or if it's a non-cohort day for you, you're just going to be prepared to take a break and then log back in after your assigned lunch shift is over. In the cafeteria, we're not using traditional cafeteria tables. We're going to have individual student desks set up and spaced out in order to have additional seating. We also have some overflow area in the auditorium where desks will be set up for you to eat. In the cafeteria, we'll have some stations where you will pick up the paper desk coverings that will serve essentially like a tablecloth for you when you eat. And then this is just a picture of one of our lunch lines, and they anticipate only having one lunch line open each shift. So there will be no lockers, whether hallway lockers or locker room lockers, assigned to students during the spring semester. That means that the locker room is also not accessible for any PE classes and athletics. So if you are in a PE class or you're playing a sport, your coach or teacher will explain the process for preparing for PE and practices. Materials to bring to school with you. You need to charge your Chromebook every single night. It's the expectation that you bring your Chromebook to school with you, even if you're in person, that you also bring your charger in the event that your Chromebook needs to be charged. There's going to be limited charging stations, so it's just kind of a backup plan. So you really do need to charge your Chromebook in advance. Because people are going to have multiple computers all in the same classroom, probably streaming things or on a Google Meet, we need everyone to bring in earbuds or headphones. If you don't have any, we could probably check some out for you, but if you have your own, we highly encourage you to bring them. You need to bring writing utensils and any other materials that your teachers requested for the class, such as a textbook. So what is instruction going to be like? Teachers will be teaching both the virtual students and the hybrid students concurrently. That means same class at the same time, regardless of what mode of instruction you've selected. The instruction is going to both resemble virtual learning. There's going to be a few things that are different, but it's going to be set up very similar to what you've already been experiencing. If you are a virtual student and you aren't coming in for any in-person sessions, if there are any hands-on activities or assignments, your teacher is going to provide you with an equal alternative to do in its place. On Wednesday, everybody will be virtual, and so you should probably anticipate that being very similar to what you're used to. Students can attend class virtually on your assigned cohort day if you absolutely cannot come in. We don't want that to be a regular routine, but if for some reason you can't come in, you can attend the class virtually, but just know that you cannot come in person during the other assigned cohort days. So if you're cohort A, you cannot come in on person cohort B just because you missed class. Teachers are going to post a weekly planner just like they always have, but it's going to look a little bit different. The planner is going to go Monday through Friday, and it'll have the lesson topic, the assignments that are due, and any important reminders. Due dates can vary, so we don't have the Wednesday final due date and Friday late work date. Your teacher can pick whatever day of the week that they want to have assignments due. Just know that you must have it submitted by 11:59 p.m. on the due date. Also, letter grades are going to be issued for both term 3 and 4, and this counts towards eligibility. So again, if you plan on participating in extracurricular activities, you need to make sure that you remain academically eligible. A lot of people are curious about what the classroom will look like. Every classroom has its own hand sanitizing station. You're encouraged to use hand sanitizer when you enter in the classroom. You'll have the paper desk covers that I mentioned that we'll have in the cafeteria as well. Those will be located by the door. Each classroom has disinfectant spray and rags, so if anything needs to be sprayed down, the teacher will be able to do that. Each classroom has the posted room capacity that kind of lets you know you can't have more than a certain amount of people in that particular space. Desks are all spaced out 6 feet apart from one another and facing the same direction. Teachers will be assigning seats to students when they arrive in person, and students are expected to sit in their assigned seat and only in their assigned seat. We don't want students sharing resources, so they should make sure that they bring their own resources like writing utensils to class with them and calculator and things like that. And we really want to discourage movement as much as possible. So students, when they enter the class, really should try to go to their seat and stay in their seat unless they need to get up for something in particular, like to go to use the restroom. So student support time is scheduled in the afternoon. It is a time for tutoring or makeup work or enrichment, or a teacher might call you in to conference with them. Each teacher will have their own process for how they want to organize and utilize this time. They might have a form for you to fill out to sign up for the time. They might request you and tell you to check Schoology for messages. So they'll have their own method for picking people to come in. So just make sure that you know what your teacher's process is for each block. The first 30 minutes of time is reserved for particular blocks. So if you get requested by your Block 1 teacher on Monday, the expectation is that you go to Block 1. They have priority. And there is no student support time on Wednesdays. That doesn't mean that you can't meet with the teacher, it just means we don't have an organized time. So we are going to continue to have ELO tutoring. ELO stands for Extended Learning Opportunity, and this is opportunities outside of the normal school hours. It's just an optional tutoring or support time for students, and you sign up for a specific time slot, and these will be one-on-one sessions with a teacher. And they're not necessarily your teacher. We have English teachers, math teachers, and special education teachers who are all signed up to supervise these sessions. So if you go on the school website, this will be on the home page. You would click on the link, say you want to go to English tutoring, help writing a thesis for a paper you have. You would click on that link, select the time that works for you, and then you would get a specific Google Meet link to meet with the teacher at that time. For extracurricular activities, at this time, we're going to continue to run clubs virtually, and the club advisor will send out information about your meeting times. Most of them will probably meet after 2:30, but they'll definitely be outside of regular class time. Music and performing arts, they're still working out the details of that, but we'll have them in some way, whether they're virtual or in-person options, and they'll be following all safety guidelines that are presented at that time. And then we continue to have athletics, and so we're about to start our fall season on February 13th. If you've not already done so and you're interested in participating in athletics, you need to make sure that you go on the FCPS website, select athletics, and fill out the registration form. And just a reminder, you must have an up-to-date physical in order to participate in any athletics. So that is an overview of what your day will look like. Again, we're looking forward to seeing you in the very near future. If you have any questions about anything that you saw in this presentation, certainly reach out to your administrator or counselor, or call the front office, and we will answer your questions to our best abilities. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Really appreciate it.